Hello whiskey lovers and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. And this is Rambling 500, I'll have you know. And that's not a coincidence. It's because it's a bit of a celebratory rambling. I'm not only here celebrating my 500th rambling, but I am in Scotland and I'm at my home away from home. I'm at the Auchentoshan Distillery, who this weekend celebrates their 200th anniversary. So, party time. Let's go visit the Auchentoshan Distillery. Now, I'm going to start today with just a visit of the Auchentoshan Distillery. But tonight, there's going to be a fantastic festival with food trucks, cocktails, single malts, obviously. And to top it all off, they will have musicians playing, the local musicians. And to celebrate, there will be a very special release, a 25 years old Auchentoshan, especially for the 200th anniversary. Hooray! It's always a pleasure to visit the Auchentoshan Distillery. Had some lovely drams, wonderful tour, and now I'm getting ready for the party on Saturday night, the 200th anniversary of my favorite Lowland distillery. I'll be back. Long gone are the days that the Auchentoshan Distillery was the only active distillery here in Glasgow. Fairly new, built in 2015, is this one at the Queen's Dock. We have arrived at the Clydeside Distillery. Well, that was a lovely tour. We got to try their whiskey, which is by definition obviously still very young. It's a 4 years old by now, almost 5. We got to try a bourbon cask matured and a Oloroso sherry cask matured, and then we got to try their marriage. The marriage of the two became their flagship whiskey that you can find now, which is the Stop Cross single malt. Stop Cross, named after the road alongside which this distillery is built. On the left hand side we've got the Clydeside Distillery. On the right hand side we've got Stop Cross Road. Stop Cross is the name of their single malt. On to the next one. So here we are at the Auchentoshan Distillery celebrating its 200th anniversary. And yes, they have a special bottling. Like I mentioned before, it's this one. It's a 25 years old Oloroso sherry matured single cask that yielded only 573 bottles. And many of them are already being poured, I can tell. And there's only bottles here at the distillery at this event. So nowhere else. I'm quite happy to have been able to secure my own, and better yet, the good people of Auchentoshan have poured the Toshan Man a healthy dram to talk to you about this beautiful limited edition for the 200th anniversary of the distillery. Right, this is bottled at 55.1% ABV, which basically, if I'm really honest, is surprisingly high for a 25 years old, but it was distilled in 1997, laid to rest, and then bottled especially for this event. Right, let's find out this beautifully dark colored Oloroso sherry matured Auchentoshan, what this fantastic dram will do on the nose. Oh yes. Oh, this is so complex and layered. I get mixed spices, dark chocolate, a bit of hazelnuts maybe, chopped hazelnuts, some dark cherry plum liqueur. Oh, this is very rich and aromatic, as was to be expected, obviously, on the palate. Mouth coating, the alcohol is perfectly integrated. Even though this is at 55.1% ABV, not a single bite in my mouth. Surely there is a lot of dark fruits in there, and again, the spiciness, like I get some candied ginger, I get some nutmeg, even a bit of cloves maybe, as was to be expected from a 25 years old single malt on an Oloroso sherry cask. But the dark plums, the orange peel, the cherries, this is exquisitely fruity. And the best thing is that there is not even a hint of tannins in there on the finish. Long, satisfying. You would think that at the very end you would get a bit of a drying effect from the tannins because it has been in a cask for a quarter century. None of that whatsoever. This remains juicy, spicy, fruity, and to be honest, flabbergastingly good. And that should not come as a surprise, because after all, the master blender selected this very single cask to celebrate 200 years of Auchentoshan. I'd say Slanja and up to 200 years more. And that, my friends, is all for this Whiskey Rambling, number 500 as promised. I especially reserved that number for this particular event, obviously, celebrating 200 years of my home away from home. And that's all for this Whiskey Rambling, and I hope to see you at one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you. Bye-bye.
All of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time. East Listen, I told you today, I'm still the greatest of all time. Never again defeat me. Never again say that I'm going to be defeated. Never again